Let's take a moment to all arrive and get started with your practice today. How's everyone feeling? Good? Yes, I'm seeing some nodding of heads, I'm seeing some smiles. Well, thank you all again for showing up here for free yoga at the Whale Tail. Again, my name is Alicia. It's such a wonderful pleasure to have you all here. I like to start all of my classes in a seated meditation. So just come to whatever seat feels comfortable for you. You can sit cross-legged, you can sit on your knees, but just be sure that you can hold this position for a few moments. You can gently rock side to side. Start to roll the shoulders up to the ears and roll it back down. You can either have a soft gaze down at the grass in front of you, or if you feel safe to do so, you can start to close your eyes here. Start to bring our awareness to our breath. Taking long, deep inhalations in through the nose. Big, open mouth sigh. Release and let it go. Today's pose of the week is half lord of the fishes pose. It's an asymmetrical spinal twist. So throughout our practice here today, I invite you to really imagine that when you draw the belly in, you're creating more space. And on your exhale, see if you can lift and lengthen and then get deeper in that twist. I'll cue these poses. I'll cue these movements for your practice today, but just a gentle reminder, this is always coming back to your breath. We'll take a few more moments here, continuing to breathe in through the nose. And big, open mouth sigh, release. If there's any intention you would like to set for your practice here today, you can do that now. And whenever you feel ready, we'll start to slowly open the eyes and come back into this space. Beautiful job, everyone. Whenever you feel ready, start to release your hands by your side. Maybe come side to side, see if you can ground the hips into the floor. Then once you feel nice and seated, on your next inhale, sweep your arms up overhead, reach up towards the sky. Start to turn your hands to face me. Wiggle your right hand. Yay. Now start to bring that right hand behind you, and your left hand will go to the outside of that right thigh. So start to tent up on those fingers. You can stay here. Throughout our practice today, we'll be doing lots of twists, lots of binds. If you want more, inhale, draw the belly in. And exhale, maybe start to get deeper in that twist. Maybe start to gaze past the back shoulder. Feeling that nice stretch in between the shoulder blades. One more breath here. Hold through the exhale. On your next inhale, both arms come up overhead, back to center. We do the same thing on the other side. This time, start to wiggle right hand. Start to bring it to the outside of the left thigh. Left hand comes behind the back. Press the left hand into the floor. You can stay here. If you want more, start to draw the belly in. Lift and lengthen. And on your next exhale, maybe gaze past that back shoulder. One more big breath here. Hold through the exhale. On your next inhale, both arms come up overhead. And exhale, cactus the arms. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Inhale one more time, arms lift and lengthen. Exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades. Maybe start to lift the gaze up towards the sky. Inhale, arms lift up overhead. exhale, bring the hands down in front of you. Roll the shoulders back. Imagine a tennis ball in between the chin and the chest. Take a big breath here. Inhale. Exhale, start to walk the hands out in front of you, feeling that space in the spine lengthening. So throughout our practice, we'll have lots of twists. We like to counter these twists with forward folds. One more big breath here. And at the end of your next exhale, start to walk the hands back to center. And we're going to move into a nice neck roll. So start to bring the chin down to the chest, and then slowly start to roll one ear over to one side, and then make half circles. Start to bring the neck back down, and then the ear to opposite shoulder. You can continue with this movement, gently rocking side to side. If it feels okay on the neck, you can start to increase the size of those circles, maybe even making full circles. Imagine that you have a paintbrush on the tip of the nose, drawing big circles here, going in one direction, and then start to go in the opposite direction. We're going to try something new. You can either stay here making these circles, or the next time that the left ear comes over to the left shoulder, hold it here. Take your left hand, use your thumb and your pointer finger, and then gently grab that muscle at the front of the neck. You can just give it a nice little massage here. So just gently massaging the front of the neck with that muscle. This is called our SCM muscle. So we hold a lot of tension here. We're always, I personally am always looking forward. I'm looking at my phone, I'm on my computer, all that good stuff. So this is a nice opportunity to just maybe notice if this space feels kind of tender. You can always do this outside of your practice here as well. We'll take one more breath here. And at the end of your next exhale, gently start to roll over to the other side. Right ear to right shoulder, and then you can take your right hand, pointer finger, and thumb, and then gently grab that SCM muscle, the front of the neck, and then maybe just give it a little massage here if that feels okay for you today. We'll take just a couple more breaths here. Throughout our practice, we'll be doing lots of binds, lots of twists, so we'll be twisting the neck in lots of directions, and we're just creating some open space here. We'll take one more breath here. And at the end of your next exhale, gently roll the chin down to the chest. Inhale to lift up. All right, we'll move into a cat and cow, so tabletop position. However is best for you, come to a tabletop pose. Hands are underneath the shoulders, hips on top of the knees. Knees are about hip distance apart. Hands are directly underneath the shoulders, warming up the spine with cat and cow. On your next inhale, drop the belly, roll the shoulders back, start to lift, gaze up. And exhale, tuck the tailbone under, gaze down towards the floor, your knees, your thighs, maybe one day all the way to the navel, making that cat pose. Inhale, drop the belly, roll the shoulders back, moving back into cow, making a U shape with the spine. And exhale, tuck tailbone under, press the ground away. We're only going to be here for a few moments today. We have lots of poses to move through, so just continue moving through these two movements, timing each movement with the breath, and just letting this feel good. We'll take one more big breath here. And the next time that you come back into a neutral tabletop position, so nice flat back here. We'll move into downward facing dog. Start to curl toes under, lift hips up towards the sky. Downward facing dog. So for your first downward facing dog, I invite you to have a deep, generous bend of the knees here and see if you can press the hips towards the back of the space. Maybe one day the triceps will frame the ears. Starting with a really strong foundation, spread all 10 fingers out wide, really activating the space between the pointer finger and the thumb, that L shape. Really imagine that you're pressing into the ground here. This will alleviate tension in the wrist. If you would like to introduce some additional movement here, you can. You can start by bending one knee at a time, rocking the hips rather, side to side. Or you can gently shake the head yes and shake the head no. If downward facing dog ever feels like too much, you can always come into a child's pose. Just know that that's always available for you today. We'll take one more big breath here. Take a big breath here in through the nose. And big open mouth sigh. Let it all go. Beautiful job. Start to bend into the knees. Look towards the front of the mat and slowly walk your feet to meet your hands. We all meet in a forward fold position. So 2 options for you here. You can either grab opposite elbow and gently rock side to side. This will alleviate tension in the low back. And if you want to get into the shoulders, you can interlace fingers behind the back and either keep your arms here or start to reach the arms up overhead. From here, you can gently bend one knee at a time as you gently rock side to side. Getting into the shoulders. Whatever choice you choose to make today, we'll be here for a few more breaths, a few more moments. You may switch from one side to the other, one position to the other. We'll take one more big breath here. And at the end of your next exhale, wherever you are, gently release the hands. We'll start to roll up into a standing position, stacking one vertebrae at a time. And when you get up to the top, roll the shoulders up to the ears. And then we turn the hands to face the front of our space. We will move through 2 rounds of our vinyasa. The first one is modified. Feel free to take this throughout your practice today. Otherwise, after that, I will be demonstrating the full versions here. Start to walk to the front of the mat, hands by your side. Take a big breath here. Inhale and exhale. On your next inhale, bend the knees, sweep arms up overhead, reach up towards the sky. Exhale, swan dive, forward, forward, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, hands on shins, on thighs, roll the shoulders back. Exhale, bend into the knees, place the hands on the mat, step back, high plank position. We're here for just a moment. We modify this first vinyasa, lower the knees down, untuck toes, squeeze elbows into your side, and then slowly lower the chest down all the way. Hands are underneath your shoulders. On your next inhale, halfway lift for cobra. Gaze a few inches in front of the mat. And exhale, gently release the chest down to the floor. Ground into the hands. Inhale to lift up, child's pose. Hips come back towards the heels. And on your next exhale, curl toes under, lift hips up towards the sky, downward facing dog. We're here for 2 breaths. Maybe take a moment to notice how this downward facing dog feels, and we'll check in at the end of your practice here today. One more big breath here. And at the end of your next exhale, start to bend into the knees, look towards the front of the mat, and slowly walk the feet to meet the hands, hang heavy here, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, release. Ground into the feet, inhale, sweep arms up overhead, reach up towards the sky. And exhale, bring hands to heart to the center, and then release them by your side. Beautiful job, everyone. That is our modified vinyasa. Feel free to take that. Otherwise, we'll be demonstrating the full versions here at the front. All right, let's get started. Toes together, heels to the top of the mat. All coming to the top of the mat here. Hands by your side. Inhale, bend the knees. Sweep arms up overhead. Reach up towards the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands on the mat, step or hop back, high plank position. Option to modify by lowering the knees down, otherwise moving into your chaturanga. Start to shift the shoulders past the wrists, glue elbows into your side. Turn on your core here, lower down halfway, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Roll to the tops of the feet, drop the hips, gaze to the front of our space. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift the hips up towards the sky. 2 breaths here. Final big breath here. And at the end of your next exhale, bend into the knees, look towards the front of the space. Slowly walk the feet to meet the hands. Hang heavy here, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Ground into the feet, root to rise. Inhale, sweep arms up overhead. And exhale, bring hands back to heart center and release them by your side. Beautiful job. Just halfway time, one more time. Bend into the knees, sweep up, arms lift overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Your choice here of your vinyasa. Hands go on the mat, step or hop back, high plank position. We all meet in a downward facing dog, however is best for you. You can modify, or you can simply skip and join us in a downward facing dog. From your downward facing dog, on your next inhale, lift right leg up. Stack right hip on top of the left. You can make circles here with the knees, circles with the ankle. You can flip your dog if that feels good for you today. If you're flipping your dog, press the hips up towards the sky and reach that hand towards the front of our space. Nice job. Excellent job. If you're making those circles with the knees, start to go the opposite direction. And very shortly, we're going to move into some core work here. If that doesn't feel good for you, simply just step forward into a low lunge. But if you're joining me for that core work, wherever you are, start to kick that right foot back, right toes face down, ground into the hands, take a big breath here. Exhale, bring right knee over to left elbow, shift forward. Inhale, 3-legged dog, kick the back. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. One more, inhale, kick it back. Exhale, knee to nose. Final one, inhale, kick it back. And now we step forward, low lunge. Bring that right foot in between the hands, lower left knee down. Bring hands on hips. On your next inhale, lift the chest up. Activate our core here, curl tailbone under. Once you're nice and strong in that position, inhale, arms lift up towards the sky. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. Really stomp with that front right foot, and imagine that you're trying to draw that foot in towards the body, and this will turn on your hamstrings and really keep that front foot active. We're going to move into a tricep stretch here. So start to wiggle your left fingers, bend that left knee, or the left elbow. Take your right hand and gently put that on your left elbow. It's coming into a nice tricep stretch here. Keep bending that front knee, pressing into that front foot. You can stay here, or you can start to lift the chest, maybe gazing up at the sky. We're here for just a few more moments. One more big breath here. And on your next exhale, wherever you are, we gently cartwheel the hands all the way down to the floor. Curl left toes under, lift left knee up, and step right foot back, downward facing dog. You have the choice to take a vinyasa here. You can stay in your downward facing dog, or you can take a child's pose, whatever feels best for you. We will meet in a downward facing dog. We did the same thing on the other side. All together, we take one big breath here. Big open mouth sigh. Release. On your next inhale, left leg lifts. 3-legged dog, bend left knee, stack left hip on top of right. You can stay here, you can make circles with the knees, circles with the ankle. You can flip your dog, and then press the hips up. Left hand reaches to the front of our space. Again, after this three-legged dog, we'll move into that core activator. If that doesn't feel good for you today, simply come into a low lunge position. If you're going one way with those knee circles, switch it up, go the opposite direction. If you're flipping your dog, start to come out of it. We'll all meet three-legged dog. Kick those left foot back, left toes face down. Take a big breath here. Inhale. Exhale, left knee over to right elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog, take it back. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, kick it back. And move into low lunge. Step left foot in between hand, lower right knee down. Hands go on hips. On your next inhale, lift the chest up. So same as before, tuck tailbone under, engage the core, stomp with that front left foot and try to draw it in. Once you feel nice and strong, inhale, arms lift up overhead. So same as before, roll the shoulders away from the ears. You can stay here or you can move into that tricep stretch by bending right elbow. Place the left hand on top of that right elbow. So gently opening up the tricep here. Keep tucking that tailbone down and stomping with that front left knee. You can continue gazing forward or maybe start to lift gaze up, getting deeper in that stretch. One more big breath here. And the next exhale, start to gaze towards the front of the room. Release the hands, cartwheel the hands all the way down. Curl right toes under, lift right knee up, step left foot back, downward facing dog. Option to stay here, take a child's pose, or your choice of a vinyasa. We all meet in a downward facing dog. Absolutely no rush to get there. Take your time, do what feels best for you. We're going to continue building on that, moving into a high lunge, and then building on that tricep stretch. We'll all take one big breath here. Take a big breath in through the nose. Big open mouth sigh. Release. All right. Moving into that core activator. On your next inhale, right leg lifts. Take a big breath here. Exhale, bring right knee over to left elbow. Inhale, kick it back. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Inhale, kick it back. Right knee comes to nose, shift forward. Inhale, kick it back. Exhale, step right foot in between hands. This time, keep that back knee lifted, moving into a high lunge. Place hands on hips. On your next inhale, lift the chest up. So if this ever feels like too much for you, you can always lower that knee down if you need more support. Otherwise, we're staying lifted. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. Continue to ground into that front foot. Imagine that you're drawing it in. Hands are on hips, so square the hips. Once you feel nice and strong there, inhale, arms lift up overhead. So we're building on that tricep stretch that we just did. You have two options here. You can do what we did before by bending left elbow and then placing right hand on top of that left elbow. If you want more, take that right hand behind the back. See if you can grab your left fingers coming into cow face arms. So this is what it looks like. If that doesn't feel available to you, you can just place that right hand on top of that left elbow. We take two big breaths here. Opening up the shoulders, opening up the chest. One more big breath. And at the end of your next exhale, gently release the hands. Inhale to sweep arms up overhead. And exhale, come into a warrior two. Pivot that left foot down. Arms open out to a T. That right knee is directly on top of the right ankle. Arms are open out to the side. Press into the pinky side edge of that back foot. Take a moment to gaze at the hand behind you. Feel that nice stretch of the neck here. And then just make sure that hand is where you think it is in our space. Sometimes it goes out to the side, or up and down. See if you can keep it parallel. Once you've adjusted, gaze past the middle finger of your right hand. All together, we'll start to roll the shoulders up to the ears, roll it back down. Very shortly, we're going to move into our first bind of class today. We have two options. Moving into extended side angle. Take that right forearm, bring it down to the floor. Left arm lifts up overhead. So if you don't want to take a bind today, you can simply stay here. If you want to explore that bind, take that left hand behind the back and place it on the inside of that right thigh. So from here, try to open up that left shoulder, maybe gaze up at the sky if that feels available for you today. If you want to take a full bind, right hand comes underneath right thigh, very similar to what we just did in that cow face arms. Grab the hands behind the back, open up that left shoulder, and gaze up at the sky. And simply, if that doesn't feel available to you, just take the half bind and reach that hand behind the back. Whatever choice you choose to make today, make sure that you're bending into that front knee, and make sure that that knee is directly on top of the ankle, now moving out to the side. We're here for 2 more breaths. And if this is the first time you've ever taken a bind like this, it might be a little intense, but just bring a smile to the corner of your lips while your body figures it out. Maybe you get a little bit shakes in there. 1 more big breath. And wherever you are, come out of it, come back, extend a side angle. Right forearm comes on right thigh, left arm lifts up overhead. Take a big breath here. And exhale. Using your core strength here, start to lift up all together. Warrior 2. We're here for a moment. Straighten right leg, moving into triangle pose. Micro bend in that front right knee. Reach forward. Right hand comes down, either on the shin, maybe one day all the way to the ground. Left arm lifts up overhead, triangle pose. So small micro bend in that front knee to protect our knee joints. Continue to press into the pinky side edge of that back foot. 1 more big breath here. Hold it through the exhale. On your next inhale, we reverse, start to lift up. Keep that front knee straight, reach forward, and the right arm lifts up overhead. Left hand comes to left thigh, maybe one day all the way to left calf. And now we come out of it. Cartwheel the hands all the way down to the floor. Option to step back into a downward facing dog, or to take a child's pose, or your choice of a vinyasa. We do the same thing on the other side. Building up core strength, opening up the chest, opening up the shoulders, opening up the neck. From your downward facing dog, we'll all take a big breath here. Take a big breath in through the nose. Big open mouth sigh. Let it go. On your next inhale, left leg lifts. Move into that core activator. Option to skip it by stepping the knee forward. Otherwise, inhale. Exhale, bring left knee to the outside of the right elbow. Inhale, kick it back. Exhale, left knee to the outside of the left elbow. Inhale, kick it back. Exhale, knee to nose, shift forward. Inhale, kick it back. Exhale, step the left foot in between the hands. Right knee stays lifted unless you need to modify. Hands come to hips. Inhale, lift the chest up, coming into high lunge position. So first, starting with that strong foundation, if you feel wobbly, you can always toe heel that front foot out to the side, creates a wider base. See if you can draw that knee in, square the hips. Once you feel nice and strong, arms lift up overhead. High lunge position. You can stay here, or you can take that tricep stretch that we took. Your choice here. You can bend that right elbow. Left hand comes on the top, or you can take cow face hands by bringing that left hand behind the back and see if you can grab the other hand behind you. Keep bending into that front knee. Keep pressing into the earth. If you want more, maybe start to lift gaze up at the sky, getting deeper in that chest stretch. Wherever you are, we take 1 more big breath here. And at the end of your next exhale, gently release the hands. Inhale to lift them up overhead. And exhale, warrior 2. Pivot right foot down, bend into left knee. So first, making sure that that left knee is directly on top of left ankle. Arms are open out to a T to the side. And then slowly start to turn to the back hand. Noticing that nice neck stretch here. And then to make sure that that right hand is where you think it is. Sometimes it's out to the side, sometimes it's up and down. See if you can make it parallel to the floor. Once it's where you think it should be, start to gaze to the front of our space and gaze past the middle finger of the left hand. We're here for 2 more breaths. Moving into extended side angle, take a big breath here, inhale. Exhale, left forearm on left thigh. Right arm lifts up overhead. So same as before, if you don't want to take a bind here, you're more than welcome to stay here. If you want to take a half bind, right hand reaches behind the back, bring it to the inside of that left thigh. From here, roll right shoulder back and lift gaze up towards the sky. If you have a full bind in your practice and you want to take that, left hand comes underneath that left thigh. And then bring your right hand behind the back, interlace fingers here, and then roll right shoulder back and lift gaze up towards the sky. Do whatever feels good for you. Make sure that you're still bending into that front knee and make sure it's directly on top of the ankle. Make sure the knee's not caving out to the side. Nice job, everyone. Really opening up the shoulders here. Wherever you choose to take today, we're here for 1 more big breath. And once you're done with that exhale, start to come out of that bind. If you took it, we all meet extended side angle. Right arm lifts up overhead. And then use our core strength. Inhale to lift the chest up. Warrior 2. Move into triangle position. Straighten left leg. Reach left hand forward. Left hand comes down. Right arm lifts up overhead. Triangle pose. Small micro bend in that front left knee. Imagine that you have a string on that right hand that's lifting you up towards the sky. See if you feel that stretch on the outside of the right hip. Nice job. 1 more big breath here. Hold it through the exhale. On your next inhale, we reverse. Start to lift up. Keep that straight leg on the front. And then lift left arm up overhead. Right hand comes to right thigh. Or maybe one day all the way to right calf. Reaching behind, reverse triangle. And exhale, cartwheel the hands all the way down to the floor. Your choice to step back, downward facing dog, take a child's pose, or you can rinse it out with a vinyasa. We all meet in a downward facing dog. Absolutely no rush to get there. Take your time. Let this feel good. Once you're in your downward facing dog, if you want to grab some water, you want to lower down to a child's pose, you want to take a break, you're more than welcome. If you want to continue building up some heat, you can join me in a plank pose at the front. You can take it on your hands or you can take it on your forearms, whatever feels good. Well, very shortly, we'll be transitioning into moving towards our peak posture. But until then, until everyone grabs water, we're in that plank pose. Really drawing that strength by pressing into the hands, activating the core. We're here for 3 more breaths. If you're in that child's pose, start to come back out of it. Join us all very shortly in a downward facing dog. If you're in that plank, 1 more big breath here. And exhale. Start to all move back, downward facing dog. Join us there if you're not there already. We take 1 big breath here all together. Take a big breath in through the nose. Big open mouth sigh. Let it go. Start to look towards the front of the space, the front of the mat. Start to slowly walk the feet to meet the hands. We move into Malasana pose. So 2 options for you. You can roll the way, all the way up to the front. Open the feet out, a little wider than hip distance. And then 2 options. So you can either place the hands on top of the thighs. And you can stay here, gently rocking side to side. If you have more flexibility, you can bring hands to a prayer position and then come into that deep yogi squat. Use your elbows to press the knees out to the side, getting deeper in that position. Just let this feel good, opening up the hips. Sometimes I like to lift one heel as I move over to one side if that feels good for you. Really connecting with the earth here. Noticing if one side might feel a little bit tighter than the other. Very shortly, we're going to move into Malasana, but having some side stretches here. If that doesn't feel good for you, you can always stay here. Otherwise, start to release the hands down to the floor. Grounded to the right hand. Inhale, left arm lifts up. Nice. So you can either stay here or you can start to gaze past that left hand. And if you want to take a half bind, left hand reaches behind the back, all the way over to the right hip. Continue to open that left shoulder as you lift gaze up. We're here for one more big breath here. And exhale, start to bring that left hand all the way down to the ground. Place it in front of that left foot. We do the same thing on the other side. Inhale, right arm lifts up overhead. Gaze goes past right hand. You can stay here. Or start to bring that right hand behind the back, near where that left hip is. Roll right shoulder and lift gaze up. One more big breath here. And exhale. On your next inhale, bring that right hand up all the way down to the floor. Stay in Malasana for just one more moment. And then we'll come into a seated position. So however is best for you, you can maybe come all the way down to the ground. Nice job. Okay, we're moving into Janu Sirsasana. We're going to do a front fold and a side fold. So first, bend that right knee. Place the right foot the inside of the left thigh, and first the leg comes directly out in front of you. So left foot directly in front of you, that right knee is bent, right foot to the inside of that left thigh. On your next inhale, arms lift up overhead, and exhale, bring the hands first to frame that front knee, roll the shoulders back, take a big breath here, inhale, and exhale, start to forward fold. So see if you can square those those hips to the front. If you want more, interlace your fingers behind the arch of that front left foot. Take a big breath here, inhale, and exhale. Maybe we start to bring the knee, or rather the nose, all the way to the knee. If this doesn't feel good for you, you can simply bring your hands to the outside of the knee. That will release some of the tension there. Whatever choice you choose to make here, just let this feel good, opening up the hamstrings. Yes, if you have a strap, that's great as well. If you have a strap, see if you can have both the hands parallel. Yes, great job. Yes, and see if you can fold forward. Nice, excellent adjustment. All together, we'll take one more big breath here. Hold through the exhale. On your next inhale, start to walk the hands back to center. We moved to Janu Sirsasana, but now we're going to do a side stretch. So keep your feet where they are. This time, place your left hand to the inside of that left knee. Inhale, right arm lifts out to the side, overhead, stretching out to the side. Yes, side stretch. So you should feel this. You may feel this in your the side of the back. If you want more, start to walk that left hand closer towards that left foot as you continue reaching that right arm out to the side. Your right tricep will frame that right here. We take one more big breath here. Hold it to the exhale. On your next inhale, both arms lift up overhead. And now, keep your hands lifted. We're doing a mobility challenge here. See if you can switch the direction of the leg. So this time, extend that right leg, bend that left knee, and see if you can put that left foot to the inside of the right. Nice. It's going to be really challenging. If you can't do it, of course, you can use your hands. But it's always nice to challenge ourselves. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. This time, bring that right foot directly in front of you. Your left knee is out to the side. Arms lift up overhead. Take a big breath. And exhale. Bring the hands first to the outside of that knee. Roll the shoulders back. Take a big breath here. And on your next exhale, walk the hands out in front of you. And of course, if you want more, you can interlace the fingers behind the right arch of the foot and then start to bring the head down towards the knee. So this may feel a little bit similar. We did some core activators. We brought the knee to nose. So now we're in a bit more of a restorative version of that. Feel yourself melting into this posture. Take one more big breath here. Hold through the exhale. On your next inhale, start to lift up. We move into Janu Sirsasana. We take the side stretch. So this time, your right hand comes inside of that right knee. Inhale, left arm lifts up overhead. This time, lifting up over and getting that nice side stretch here. Nice job, everyone. You can stay here if you want more. Start to walk those right fingertips over towards that right foot. And imagine that you're in between two planes of glass. So see if you can roll that top shoulder. Yes, make sure that it's stacking on top of the other one. We're here for 3 more breaths. Letting this feel good. After this, we're moving into our pose of the week, the half lord of the fishes. And one more big breath here. And exhale. On your next inhale, both arms lift up and you can place them down. If you know how to get into this pose and you want to get into it, you can do that by yourself. Otherwise, I'm going to demonstrate here at the front. Keep your left knee bent and then start to bring your left foot to the outside of that right thigh. 2 options for you. You can either place your right foot to the inside of the knee, and then from here, interlace fingers, and then start to turn to face the right side. If you want more, come back to the front, step that right foot to the outside of that left knee, and then see if you can first square the hips, or in that asymmetrical twist. 2 options for you. You can either grab that right knee and gaze to the side, or on your next inhale, arms lift up overhead. This time, take your left elbow and bring it to the outside of that right knee. Place the right hand behind you, press into that hand, and then start to gaze over to the right side of the space. Imagine, keep the hands activated. So imagine you're making a waving motion, waving to all the people over at the whale tail, out running, out walking, jogging, biking. If you want to get deeper into this pose, remember what I said at the beginning of class. See if you can lengthen the spine, draw the belly in, inhale, and exhale. Maybe get deeper in that stretch, feeling the space opening. Maybe noticing if you feel like you can get deeper into that twist than at the beginning of class. Wherever you are, one more big breath here. And exhale. So start to gaze towards the front of the space. We're going to do a fun transition. It may or may not work for you, but keep your feet exactly where you are. Place your hands to the left side of yours, of the body. Keep your feet where they are. Start to lift the hips up. Start to turn towards the right of this space. Turn all the way around 360. And then see if you can plant your butt. And maybe, just maybe, you got into the pose on the other side. If not, no worries. Yes, this is a class. Yay, good job. If not, and you need some assistance to get into it, bend that right knee. Right foot comes to the outside of that left thigh. And then that left knee is bent on top. And the left foot is either to the inside or the outside of that right foot, or the right knee. All right, so same as before. You can take whatever option felt good for you, either grabbing the knee and gazing towards the left side of our space, or if you want more, inhale, arms lift up overhead, and then take that right elbow, bring it to the outside of that left knee. Left hand comes behind the back, press into that hand, And that will help you lengthen the spine. Activate all those 5 fingers that are lifting. Give me a wave out to the side. Wave those hands. All right, and again, you can stay here if you want more. Continue pressing into that left hand. Draw the belly in. Take a big breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Maybe get deeper into that twist. Gazing over your left shoulder. 2 more big breaths here. Noticing this asymmetrical spinal twist. Noticing where it feels in the body. Maybe it's noticing how this side feels compared to the other. Final big breath here. Inhale. Hold through the exhale. No more funky transitions this time on your next inhale. Come back to center. Release the feet and bring them out to the mat. Bend the knees. We come to lie on our back. So grab the back of the thighs. Slowly roll down all the way. And then draw the knees into the chest and gently rock side to side. Moving into our cool down of class. Whenever you feel ready, we move into a nice spinal twist. So bring the feet down to the floor. Open the arms either out to a T, or you can cactus the arms by bending the elbows and bringing the hands overhead if that feels better for you, or if you're tight on space. Ground into the feet. Inhale, lift the hips up. Bring them 3 inches over to the left. Let the knees fall to the right. And you can stay here either gazing up towards the sky, or you can gaze past your left shoulder. So we did an asymmetrical twist, and now we're doing just a regular twist, noticing how it feels in the body compared to the other side. Very shortly, we'll be moving into our Shavasana, and as I mentioned at the beginning of class, I have these eucalyptus-soaked towels that you can place on top of your forehead or over your eyes. If you do not want them, simply cross your hands across your chest, and I'll be sure to skip you. We'll take 1 more breath in this spinal twist. And on your next inhale, knees come back to center. We switch to the other side. Press into the feet. Bring the hips 3 inches over to the right. Let the knees fall to the left. And either gaze up towards the sky or past your right shoulder. Slowing down our breathing, slowing down our breath. Maybe take a body scan, just noticing how you feel. We'll be here for a few more breaths before we move into our final resting pose, our Shavasana. 1 more big breath here. And big open outside. Let it go. On your next inhale, bring the knees back to center. Bring the knees into the chest. You can stay here, or you can take a happy baby by grabbing the outside of your ankles or maybe the pinky side edge of your feet. And you can either stay still or you can gently rock side to side, just letting this feel good. The benefit of rocking side to side is you get that nice spinal massage as well. Hopefully it feels really nice in the grass too, nice and soft. After this, we are moving into our Shavasana. I will come by with the eucalyptus towels. And again, if you don't want one, simply cross your hands across your chest. If there's any other poses you would like to do to close out your practice, you're more than welcome to do that. You can take a shoulder stand, a plow, or any other pose that you feel really is going to help balance out what you did here today. And otherwise, whenever you feel ready, get ready for your Shavasana. Lots of options for you. You can simply extend the feet out long, hands can come by your side, Or you can place the left hand over the heart and the right hand on the belly. Or you can bring the feet together and let the knees fall out to the side for a supine butterfly position. Place your hands either by your side or on top of the heart and the belly. Lots of options for you. You can either have a soft gaze at the sky, or if you feel safe to do so, you can close your eyes. So start to allow your body to grow heavy, sinking into the earth beneath you. Today we explored lots of twists and binds, and now that we're here in stillness, notice the space that remains. Half-Lord of the Fishes invited us to spiral inward and outward, and now just take a moment to simply rest in this expanded space. Just be here, now, exactly as you are. I will wake you up when we are ready to go. Start to wiggle your fingers. Start to wiggle your toes. We're going to take one more big final stretch here. On your next inhale, bring your hands up overhead, point your toes, get as big as you can. And exhale, release. Start to slowly roll over onto one side and press yourself up to a seat. We'll close out our practice the same way that we started, with a few final cleansing breaths. Absolutely no rush to get there. If you're crossing your legs, cross them the opposite direction that you usually do, and gently rock side to side. You can either have a soft gaze down at the floor, or if you feel safe to do so, continue keeping your eyes closed. Start to roll the shoulders up to the ears, roll back down. Maybe see if you can sit up a little bit taller. We take 3 final cleansing breaths here. Take a big breath in through the nose. Big open mouth sigh, release. Inhale, breathe in through the nose. Big open mouth sigh, release. Final big breath here. Take a big breath in through the nose. This time, hold it at the top. See if you can sip in a little bit more air. Biggest sigh of the day. Let it all go. Release. Come back to that intention if you set one at the beginning of class. And whenever you feel ready, start to slowly open your eyes and come back into this space. Beautiful job, everyone. Thank you all so much for joining me here at Free Yoga at the Whale Tail. We have just, I think, 2 more classes remaining. We'll be here next Saturday, and then we're taking a break, and then we'll be here on October 4th, our last class. I hope to all see you again. Some housekeeping. If you borrowed a mat, if you wouldn't mind rolling it up and bringing it here at the front, I would greatly appreciate it. If you got a purple eucalyptus towel, and I'm so sorry I ran out, I wasn't able to get everyone. If you got a purple towel, if you could bring it into the clear bin here at the front, I would greatly appreciate it. And then if you borrowed one of the gray blankets, if you can place it into the red tubs here at the side, we'd all really appreciate it. I have some QR codes and a jar for cash donations. I would greatly appreciate that as well. If you'd like to connect with me on social media, I host yoga retreats, I do private classes, and just to get to know the schedule of when we're coming out next, there's QR codes here at the front to get on the newsletter, to follow me on social media. And if there's anything else you want to talk about, just come up here to the front. I'll be hanging out for a few more moments. And the last thing is, I record all of these classes and I place them on YouTube, so if you ever need to watch a replay, you're more than welcome to do that as well. As always, I hope to see you around again. My name is Alicia. Hope you have a wonderful Saturday. Thank you.